so intelligence becomes available across the diversity of Indian contexts. And the fourth, TCS and our other company, Tata Communications, together, we are building an AI operating system for industries. What we will do is to build agentic industry solutions for every industry. We are already well on that journey, and we will work with partners to be able to launch it and take it to all enterprises around the globe. And finally, again, I want to thank the vision of our Prime Minister, which made it possible for us to make a serious foray into chips and semiconductors. What we will do next is to build chips that are very domain-centric, which will be totally AI optimized for every industry, and we will first launch or work towards getting it ready for the automotive sector. So these are the areas that we are focused on. I think it is the time for promise to take action into practice so that we can deliver prosperity. Finally, in conclusion, I just want to say that we are standing here at a very defining moment. It is the age of abundant intelligence, where the scarce resources are trust, stewardship, and human capability. So let us send out a simple standard for the AI decade. Capability with dignity, high impact for every watt of energy, and progress with agency and collaboration. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. N. Chandrasekharan, for your forward-looking address. Excellencies, please join me in welcoming Mr. Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, a pioneer at the forefront of artificial intelligence, as I request him to address the esteemed gathering. Please welcome Mr. Dario Amodei.
First, I want to thank Prime Minister Modi for bringing us together. The energy and ambition in this room and across India are incredible. I've been spending the last few days meeting with Indian builders and enterprises, and the energy to build together here is palpable, unlike anywhere else. This is the fourth AI summit we've held since the tradition was initiated at Bletchley Park back in 2023, which I still remember. And in those 2.5 years, the advances in the technology have been absolutely staggering. Along with those, the advances in the commercial applications and the societal and ethical questions around the technology have only grown more urgent. My fundamental view is that AI has been on an exponential for the last 10 years, and as part of a sort of Moore's law for intelligence, and that we are now well advanced on that curve, and there are only a small number of years for AI models surpassing the cognitive capabilities of most humans for most things. We're increasingly close to what I've called a country of geniuses in a data center, a set of AI agents that are more capable than most humans at most things and can coordinate at superhuman speed. That level of capability is something the world has never seen before and brings a very wide range of both opportunities and concerns for humanity. On the positive side, we have the potential to cure diseases that have been incurable for thousands of years, to radically improve human health, and to lift billions out of poverty, including the global south, and create a better world for everyone. On the side of risks, I'm concerned about the autonomous behavior of AI models, their potential for misuse by individuals and governments, and their potential for economic displacement. India has an absolutely central role to play in these questions and challenges, both on the side of the opportunities and on the side of the risks. As a sign of our commitment, we just this week opened an office in Bengaluru and hired Irina Ghosh, who has spent 3 decades building businesses in India as our managing director for Anthropic India. We've also announced partnerships with major Indian enterprises this week, including Infosys and others. On the opportunities, one dynamic that we have observed is that technology and practices pioneered in India have historically set a standard for the Global South and have helped to diffuse technology and humanitarian benefits through the Global South. We're therefore we have been partnering with for several months, nonprofits such as the XSTEP Foundation, Pratham, and Central Square Foundation to use our models to advance digital infrastructure, education, agricultural efficiency, and health in the hopes of spreading AI's benefits across the Global South, starting with India and diffusing out to the rest of the Global South. We're also partnering with Karya and the Collective Intelligence Project to build evaluations and metrics of our model Claude's performance on India's many regional languages on practical and locally relevant tasks we'll benchmark like agriculture, legal tasks, and educational content. On the risks, India is the world's largest democracy and can be a partner and leader in addressing the global security and economic risks of the technology. We'd like to work with India on testing and evaluation of models for safety and security risks in the tradition that was started by many global and national AI security institutes that have been stood up around the world. Even more, we see a particularly strong opportunity to work with India on studying the economic questions as part of the New Delhi Frontier AI Impact Commitments, which we're excited to join. As part of our Anthropic Economic Futures Program and Anthropic Economic Index, we publish statistical insights into how AI impacts jobs in the economy. We're excited to increasingly share this information, exchange information with the Indian government to share insights and inform evidence-based policymaking, convene meetings with economists, labor leaders, and policymakers to adapt to the economic impacts of AI. We believe that AI will greatly grow the economic pie, including in India and the Global South, but that because it is happening so fast, it may lead to a time of disruption. And we need to work together between companies and the government to better manage that time of disruption and bring better prosperity smoothly to all. I and Anthropic are very grateful to be part of all these efforts, and I'm honored to be here and working on these questions with all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Dario Amodei, for that illuminating address. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our privilege now to welcome Shri Sundar Pichai, CEO, Alphabet and Google, for the keynote address. We look forward to his insights on the evolving role of artificial intelligence. Mr. Sundar Pichai.
Namaste. Thank you, Prime Minister Modi and distinguished leaders. It's wonderful to be back in India. Every time I visit, I'm struck by the pace of change, and today is no different. Back when I was a student, I often took the Coromandel Express train from Chennai up to IIT Kharagpur. To get there, we passed through Visakhapatnam, Vizag. I remember it being a quiet and modest coastal city brimming with potential. Now in that same city, Google is establishing a full-stack AI hub, part of our $15 billion infrastructure investment in India. When finished, this hub will house gigawatt-scale compute and a new international subsea cable gateway, bringing jobs and cutting-edge AI to people and businesses across India. Sitting on that train, I never imagined Vizag becoming a global AI hub. Just as I couldn't have imagined that one day I'd be spending time with teams figuring out how to put data centers into space. Or taking my parents for a fully autonomous car ride in San Francisco. Seeing a Waymo right through my 83-year-old dad's eyes, I saw the progress in a whole new light. Of course, he said he'd be more impressed if it worked on India's busy roads. Still working on that one, Dad. The progress shows what's possible when humanity dreams big. And no technology has me dreaming bigger than AI. It is the biggest platform shift of our lifetimes. We are on the cusp of hyper-progress and new discoveries that can help emerging economies leapfrog legacy gaps. But that outcome is neither guaranteed nor automatic. To build AI that is truly helpful for everyone, we must pursue it boldly, approach it responsibly, and work through this defining moment together. Why bold? Because AI can improve billions of lives and solve some of the hardest problems in science. For 50 years, predicting protein structures was a grand challenge and a blind spot that stalled drug discovery. Demis Hassabis and his team at Google DeepMind asked an audacious question: how could we use AI to solve this? That question led to AlphaFold. This breakthrough didn't just win a Nobel Prize, it compressed decades of research into a database that is now open to the world. Today, over 3 million researchers in more than 190 countries are using it to develop malaria vaccines, fight antibiotic resistance, and much more. And we are asking similarly bold questions across the scientific stack, from cataloging DNA disease markers to building AI agents that act as true partners in the scientific method. We must be equally bold in tackling problems in regions that have lacked access to technology. Take El Salvador, where Google has partnered with the government to bring affordable AI-powered diagnosis and treatment to thousands who could never afford to see a doctor. Or in India, where our work together is helping farmers protect their livelihoods in the face of monsoons. Last summer, for the first time, the Indian government sent AI-powered forecasts to millions of farmers, possible in part because of our neural GCM model. I see language inclusion as another exciting ambition. In Ghana, we are collaborating with universities and NGOs to expand research and open source tools across more than 20 African languages. We need this bold thinking in more places to tackle more problems across health, education, economic opportunity, and more. Technology brings incredible benefits, but we must ensure everyone has access to them. We cannot allow the digital divide to become an AI divide. That means investing in compute infrastructure and connectivity. I mentioned our Vizag investment, and we have others in Thailand, Malaysia, and more. We're also building a vast network of subsea fiber optic cables, including 4 new systems between the US and India, as part of our America-India Connect initiative announced yesterday. Responsibility also means navigating profound economic shifts. AI will undeniably reshape the workforce, automating some roles, evolving others, and creating entirely new careers. 20 years ago, the concept of a professional YouTube creator didn't exist. Today, there are millions around the world. Training is crucial. We have trained 100 million people in digital skills, and our new Google AI Professional Certificate will help people master AI in their jobs, available globally. Finally, trust is the bedrock of adoption. We have created tools like SynthID used by journalists and citizen fact-checkers globally to help verify the authenticity of the content you read and see. But no matter how bold we are or how responsible, we won't realize AI's full benefits unless we work together. Governments have a vital role that includes as regulators, setting important rules of the road and addressing key risks. And importantly, also as innovators, bringing AI to public services that improve lives and accelerating adoption of these technologies for people and businesses. There are glimmers of this from around the globe, from the Ugandan government using AI and satellite imagery to locate priority areas for electrification, to getting potholes fixed for residents more efficiently in Memphis, Tennessee, by using AI scans of road surfaces from buses. Tech companies must also step up, building products that boost knowledge, creativity, and productivity to help people achieve their dreams. And we also need companies of all sizes thinking about this, harnessing AI to innovate and transform their businesses and sectors, and to skill up and empower workers. we have the opportunity to improve lives at a once-in-a-generation scale. I know we have the capability to do this, and looking at the leaders here today, I believe we also have the will. Now we must do the work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sundar Pichai, for that warm and insightful address. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to invite His Excellency Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, to present his address. A global leader championing peace, cooperation, and sustainable progress. Please join me in giving him a warm welcome.
Prime Minister Modi, thank you for your kind invitation and congratulations for India's leadership organizing the first AI summit in the Global South. Meeting in India has special meaning. It brings this conversation closer to the realities shaping much of the world. Because the future of AI cannot be decided by a handful of countries or left to the whims of a few billionaires. Last year, the UN General Assembly took two decisive steps. First, creating an independent international scientific panel on AI. And I'm happy to announce that the panel has now been appointed. These 40 leading experts from across regions and disciplines embody a clear message. AI must belong to everyone. We must replace hype and fear with shared evidence and close knowledge gaps. I urge member states, industry and civil society to contribute to the panel's work. Second, launching a global dialogue on AI governance within the United Nations, where all countries, together with the private sector, the academia, and the civil society, can have a voice. We need guardrails that preserve human agency, human oversight, and human accountability. And the first session of the dialogue in Geneva in July will give every country and every stakeholder a voice to align efforts, uphold human rights, and prevent misuse, and to advance our common safety measures, the foundation of interoperability. That builds trust across borders for regulators and businesses, and turns compatibility into opportunity. Your discussions here will culminate in the global dialogue. But without investment, many countries will be locked out of the AI age. AI must be accessible to everyone. That is why, encouraged by the General Assembly of the United Nations, I'm calling for a global fund on AI to build basic capacity in developing countries. Skills, data, affordable computing power, and inclusive ecosystems. Our target is $3 billion US. That is less than 1% of the annual revenue of a single tech company. A small price for AI diffusion that benefits all, include businesses building AI. I'm pleased that member states have responded to my call to form a global network for exchange and cooperation on AI capacity building in developing world. AI must benefit everyone. Done right, AI can advance sustainable development goals, accelerate breakthroughs in medicine, expand learning opportunities, strengthen food security, bolster climate action and disaster preparedness, and improve access to vital public services. But it can also deepen inequality, amplify bias, and fuel harm. As AI's energy and water demands soar, data centers and supply chains must switch to clean power and shift costs to vulnerable communities. we must invest in workers so AI augments human potential, not only replaces it. And AI must be safe for everyone. We must protect people from exploitation, manipulation, and abuse. No child should be a test subject for unregulated AI. Excellencies, the message of this summit is simple. Real impact means technology that improves lives and protects the planet. So let's build AI for everyone with dignity as the default setting. Thank you.